Hi, I'm Jordan Ty, that rucking guy, and this is day 9 of the 62-mile rucking challenge. Every night I edit my little videos and I post them and I rewatch them, and I think, man, I have got to write down my talking points because I have so many unfinished ones, and I don't know, I mean, I know you guys know that this is hard for me and that I got 30 pounds in my pack, but still, I'm trying to give you all the information, But, what's on my mind today? Christ. I guess. You see, guys, this is why I need likes, comments, and support. Because as soon as I see someone, I'm like, oh yeah, this is dumb. I don't have anything important to say. And it's like, yes, you do. You got a million things to say. But somebody was sitting outside their car, and I'm like, I can't talk anymore. I can't think of anything. But literally, I'll be watching anything at home, and I have to pause and be like, no, the thing about that is, start making everything about politics. But out here, I've got no one to watch and no one to talk to, except for you guys. So, leave a comment, ask me a question, and I'll be like, oh yeah, hey, somebody wanted to know why car insurance sucks. And the reason why car insurance sucks is because the insurance company has a profit motive. And because insurance is supposed to work in theory, right? It's like, I pay into the system every month so that in case something happens to me, I'll be covered, and we're all paying into the same bucket, right? But most of us aren't getting into an accident most of the time. And so you don't end up using, the money that you poured into this pot. But anybody else that needs it, they'll have it. Because the last thing you should have to think about on the worst day of your life is how you're going to pay for this. So that's how insurance is supposed to work, except for the fact that they have a profit motive. Shorty's fine as hell, I'll tell you that. Goddamn, brother. So people aren't getting into accidents every day, but the problem is that the insurance company has a profit motive, and the only way to make profit is to deny people's claims. And then, so what's the point of having insurance if it's not going to cover anything when you have an accident? And that's the only reason that claims get denied. There's enough money, right? And you wonder why charities are still around, even though they collect millions of dollars every year. And isn't that a billionaire's favorite way to give back? Donate money to charity. And yet it seems like none of these charities have solved any of the problems they set out to tackle. It's because there's executives and shareholders and these people that gotta make a fuck ton of money. So really it ends up being 10 cents of every dollar actually goes to the cause. And it's charity is just a way for rich people to buy good praise from the public. We're like, oh, you're not so bad. You donate to charity. And it's like, isn't the charity in his name? Isn't it his charity? Isn't his like nephew making money off of this fucking charity? Like, you know. And so that's what I need. I need somebody being like, well, what about this? What about that? Well, I mean, if you raise the minimum wage, won't that make the price of everything go up? And it's like, no, not necessarily. Well, actually, no, not at all. Like, we have to stop thinking that things that happen under capitalism are a choice, and that it's just a natural reaction to things. Because they're like, oh, if we raise the minimum wage, the price of, a burger will be $20. And it's like, one, no, it wouldn't. Two, like, here's why. Is because, again, when you look at the price of anything, that includes the CEO making $14 million, the COO making $12, the CFO making $8, some other executive, like the executive is making $24 million. Like, so raising wages, like, they could cover the cost of raising wages if they just made slightly less money. And like, there are people out there that would honestly try and defend the millionaires of like, well, they were supposed to make $12 million this year and they only made 8, or they're supposed to make 8 but they only made 6. It's like, my guy, you made $6 million fucking dollars this year and you're complaining? Like, I'm supposed to feel bad for you? Like, there are people living in extreme fucking conditions, extreme poverty every fucking day for literally no reason. And I gotta think about those people. I gotta think about, well, I do. That's all I do, is think about all the other people that are suffering endlessly because of capitalism. It's like, through no fault of their own. These people have jobs. Hell, these people have 2 jobs. These people have 3 jobs, and they're still not getting by. And yeah, so this shit sucks. But yeah, so that's why that sucks. That should just be my channel. Like, hey, you want to know why this sucks? Capitalism. That's the whole video. Just, hey, you want to know why this sucks? Capitalism. Patriarchy. White supremacy. But literally, like, here's another thing, for example, is that conservatives get mad at, like, when a character is cast as black as opposed to white. But it's like, dude, all these comics were created in, like, from the 40s and up. I don't think there was going to be a black superhero, even if they had the room for it. So I think that's more of a reason why all of the superheroes are white. And but what really upsets me is that, like, these Marvel movies they're cookie cutter, and at this point they're really boring and nobody cares anymore. But like, we have like superhero fatigue. But we're just now starting to create movies and TV shows with like superheroes of color or leads of color, and people are like, this shit sucks. But a conservative will blame the person of color, or like, yeah, they try to go woke and they go broke. And it's like, That's not the case. They're trying to go rich and going broke instead, you know? Like, hey, let's do this for the cheapest amount possible and barely pay our writers and just have like a cookie cutter generic ass story. But this time we'll put a black woman in it instead. And it's like, well, we've already seen this formula 20 times in a fucking row. And so that's the shit thing. It's like, oh yeah. After we've done a million Marvel movies with straight white men, now we can do a movie with, I guess we could do a movie with a woman. And then it's like, well, everybody's tired of superhero movies by now. So then that movie flops because it's just the same as the others, you know? It's poorly written. It's quippy to all hell. All the characters talk and joke the same. And like, you already know what's gonna happen. And then so fans are like over it. They're like, this is bad, this was lazy, it was not good. And then conservatives are like, see, that's why you can't do this, can't do that, can't replace white characters with POC. Or like, go woke, go broke, whatever the fuck. God, this shit sucks. I'm dripping. Like I'm telling you guys, I'm sorry, but yeah, this is rehearsal. This is where I just get out on this walk and practice my takes, I guess. So if it's jumbled up or I just jump from point to point, you know, sorry. But I'll have shorter versions of these videos where it's just the best takes of the video, and then you don't have to sit through me trying to piece a thought together. But if you like that sort of thing, you know, because like, yeah, like everybody sounds cool when they're rehearsed and polished and like all that, but like, how do you go from just a general feeling of injustice to being able to call it, to name it, to point it out, and then have someone be like, oh, well, no, actually, you know, billionaires, they provide jobs. And I'm like, no, they withhold jobs until it's profitable for them. You know, like, billionaires won't save the planet because it's not profitable enough for them yet to do it. Like, they probably would make some money doing it, but they wouldn't make a holy freaking crap ton of money for saving the planet. So they won't do it. That's the only reason why. And it's like, shouldn't you save the planet to save everyone on it and your children's children and your children's children's children? And it's like, nah, I don't give a fuck. It's like, then why are you having kids? Why do you have like 11 fucking kids if you don't plan on saving the planet? Like, what the hell? All I know is putting one foot in front of the other. But that other Faye Webster lyric that I think is like weird as hell was how's it go? It's like and get over how my dog is my best friend, and he doesn't even know what my name is. Wait. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? I'm like, your dog is your best friend. Your grandma just died. This guy, he's been two-timing you, basically. There's another song that's like, you know, how do I get over that she's here too? Like, she won't go away. And so I interpreted that as, you know, like when you were talking to a guy and he's like, I'll just let you know I got like a crazy ex, or like my ex actually my best friend since I was 3, so even though we broke up, we still like hang out and like rah rah rah. And it's like, they're not together, but she does low-key act jealous and like, you know, kind of fucks up the vibe because she's jealous. She doesn't want anybody with her ex, but like they're friends, you know, and she won't go away. But anyway, that song. Oh, actually, you know, that's another good breakdown. The chorus of that one is like, it's you hiding in my light. It's you no one really likes. It's you happy all the time. It's you. And I'm like, yeah, it's you hiding in her light because she's great, she's fucking cool. You've just found another girl to fucking, you know, abuse or fucking, you know, manipulate in some funky ass relationship. And it's you happy all the time, or you're the one that no one really likes. It's like, right, because like you come around me and my friends know that you got that other crazy ex of yours, and you're doing this like, yeah, I'm not really with her anymore, but I'm with you, but we still, you know, whatever, right? And so nobody really likes you. We all like Faye. You know, when she comes around, we just deal with her funky ass dude she's talking to, you know? And then it's you happy all the time. Like, of course you're happy. You get the validation from your crazy ex who you won't let go of, and you two are like still hanging around each other. And then you got this girl who's trying to be like the cool girl, you know, trying to be too cool, like, oh, it doesn't bother me, you know. And she's like, is there a trick to this? Like, forgetting that she exists, or maybe she's cool with it, maybe she could be down, and the three of us. And it's like, you know. But yeah, I really like Faye Webster and Lola Young and Remy Wolf. Remy Wolf is also another artist that has like a weird ass line in every song that like makes it hard for me to listen to. It's like, Remy has this song. It's like, she's a sexy little mama, just like a daddy taught her. And I'm like, whoa, hey, yo, hey, yo, chill out. But Remy's not getting the same kind of love that Lola is. And I don't understand why. Somebody was like, Remy, watch out, she's digging in your purse. And it's kind of like a play on that reheating someone else's nachos. But anyway. I really like video games. The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 are my favorite games. And I should have got on the hate train a lot sooner about the show. But it's not Bella Ramsey, and it's not like any of the LGBTQ parts of the show. So I'm not one of those haters. I'm a like game purist, like hater that just believes that the game is infinitely better at its storytelling and how emotionally it cuts deep than the show is. And there's just there were so many choices that were made in that show that like weakened the show. Like in season 1, my favorite parts were all the other like non Ellie and Joel parts of the show. Like Sam and Henry, love what they did there. Frank and Bill, love what they did there. The little like scary militia group with the like progressive, you know, commercial like woman in it. No, I wasn't a fan of that. But it's like, if your show is called Tom and Jerry, Tom and Jerry should be my favorite parts of the show. Like if this show is about Joel and Ellie should be my favorite characters in it, or my favorite parts of the show. But it very much wasn't, because of like the character changes that they were making. And I just didn't understand it, brother. Like, literally, you know, in the game in the show, Tess, like, sacrifices herself for Joel and Ellie so that they can escape, right? But in the show, they do it so much worse, dude. They, like, I mean, I won't even get into the, like, 3.5 minute fucking slow-mo makeout scene we have to watch where an infected, like, tongues down Tess, and she's not even, like, she's supposed to be lighting a lighter and this match and the gasoline and the grenades and all this, and she's not even doing that. But the part, so that's a whole bunch of goofy ass shit all on its own. But then afterwards, and this is what I had a problem with afterwards, so Tess has just sacrificed herself on the show, and the first thing that Ellie says, or, you know, the first thing that the writers have Ellie say after Tess has just sacrificed herself for you is, I hope you don't blame me for that. Hey, nobody forced you to come out here and fucking help me. So that's not my fault. I'm like, you, like, what the hell? Why are we making Ellie just a dog shit person? Why would you say that? Like, why is that the first thing you say after someone just killed themselves for you, like sacrificed themselves for you? And that was just the beginning. And then now in season 2, it's just, they've made Ellie dumb, even though she's very smart in the games. They made her, like, incapable. She's constantly getting saved by men or other characters in the show. They gave all the, like, cool character traits to Dina, which, like, I don't mind trying to flesh out Dina more as a character, but not at the sacrifice of Ellie. What the fuck? And then, dog, like, if I didn't have this 30 pounds on my back, I would be screaming this opinion. But how the hell is The Last of Us Part 2 about Ellie getting revenge for Joel when Ellie doesn't even give a fuck? Like, Ellie is so quick to give up on this revenge plot and go home and just be a stepdad to Dina's baby. And it's like, that's another decision they made. In the game, Ellie is pissed. It's like, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant? This is a burden. You know, and that's why they decided to go home early, is because Dina's pregnant. But in the show, she's just like, yay, I'm gonna be a stepdad. What the hell? And then, yeah, seems like Dina cares more about getting revenge on Abby than Ellie does. And Joel is Ellie's dad, not Dina's. You know, they barely knew each other. So I don't know how. It's like, I don't even know what it's like, honestly. My back is so spent. Can I get some military guy to fucking give me some damn tips? Like, what is it? Is it the ruck? Is it my posture? Because this is breaking me down, brother. But like I said, just put one foot in front of the other and we'll make it through. I have, like, no money for a drink today, though, so that kind of sucks. I just gotta walk to the gas station and come back. But somebody's coming, so we'll just chill out for a second. But yeah, that's just one of the many things that I hate about the show, is that people are like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird that I'm upset at people for enjoying the show, but it's not that I'm upset that you enjoy it. It's just like, oh, brother, if you enjoy this, have I got an even better thing for you to watch? You know? And if you're gonna watch, like, say you're not a gamer, you're not gonna play The Last of Us ever, and you don't feel like watching your boyfriend play The Last of Us. Okay, I've got it for you. The best YouTube gameplay reaction of The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2, hands down, without a doubt, I will stake my life on this claim, is Jetro. He is just so empathetic and doesn't jump ahead of the story at all. Like, he's discovering things about the story that at the same time, like, we the audience are. And you know, like, a lot of streamers are like so game and story savvy because they've reviewed so much that they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna be bad, oh yeah, he's gonna betray us, oh, you know, whatever. They're just guessing the plot like way early. Jetro just lives in the moment. And if you want to know how, like, us gamers really felt while playing the game and, like, what the story and how much of an impact it had, you watch Jetro. But yeah, that's like my comfort channel. I literally just watch, like, The Last of Us Part 1 or Part 2 and scrub to my favorite parts and just watch them, like, over and over again. Every time like people get close or approach, I just like, everybody on mute. But yeah. We're getting through it. But yeah, so go check that out. And, like, I guess to bring it back to politics again, what I really love about it, or something that's really admirable about Jetro, is that he's just able to cry. And, like, and, you know, so am I. Like, I cry a lot playing or, like, watching him play The Last of Us. Like, it gets emotional. But he wears his heart on his sleeve. And the craziest part, to me at least, is how deeply and how well he's able to relate to and connect to, like, characters that are white. Because when you think about it, like, The Last of Us, while having a little bit of diversity, is actually like a pretty white cast, right? And the only reason I bring that up is because white gamers find it to be impossible to relate to a character if they're not white. Like, when the new Spider-Man came out, they're like, how am I supposed to relate to Miles? He's black. And it's like, well, black and brown people have to relate to, you know, non-black and brown characters all the time, because most of the media that they consume is a majority white cast. And so if he's able to put that aside and just connect to the characters and to the story, then why can't white gamers? Like, I literally don't understand it. Or that other, it's not like Ghost of Tsushima, or what was it called? But, like, the newest one, and it has, like, a black samurai, and people are up in arms about that. And it's like, dude, like, 99% of all games have been, like, straight white men as the protagonist, as the player. And then we get, like, a couple of games with people of color in it, and white people lose their minds. Ah, Christ. It's like, once the sweat starts getting in my eyes, I know we're in trouble. Because this shit sucks. But, you know, we're almost done. Just gotta get out there and back. That's where I start going non-verbal. Oh God, dude. I just want to end the video. But by end the video, I mean end this walk, and I can't do that. So if I'm walking, I'm recording. And if I can't speak, well, it just goes to show that this shit is hard, man. I'm such an idiot. Pride cometh before the fall. Being double the recommended weight for a beginner is like, hey, guess what? Hey, guess what, asshole? You're a beginner. So why are you doing this to yourself? You don't have anything to prove. And hell, people probably don't even believe me. They're like, no, there ain't 30 pounds in there. I'm like, you're right. It's 27 and something. No. I know how much weight I put in there, but I don't know how much, like, plus the pack itself and, like, other stuff that's in there. I don't know. I haven't officially weighed it. But I know this shit heavy, I'll tell you that. I gotta tap into my Ronnie Coleman right now. Ronnie Coleman, he said, everybody want to be big, but don't nobody want to lift no heavy ass weight. And that's what I tell myself when I'm at the gym and I'm trying to squat heavy. I'm like, everybody want to be big, but don't nobody want to lift no heavy ass weight. And then fucking get it off the bar. You know I'm tired. I'm bullshitting at this point. I'm just yapping. Well, because the sweat won't get out of my eyes. Should really bring like a headband or something. I think since I'm not getting a drink, I'll just turn around and head back. Ah, 35. It's like all these videos have been like 38 minutes. I need to alleviate this somehow, some way. This shit sucks. Almost got ran over just there. They almost ran me over. something something. Communism. Okay, I can do this. Here's the history of capitalism and communism in a nutshell. Let's pretend that me and you are at the beach and we see a sign that says sand building competition, $100 to the winner. And you say, oh hell yeah, let's do this. So you call up your buddies, call 3 of your friends, and you're like, hey, bring your shovels, bring your buckets, bring a spray bottle. We're gonna win this sand building competition. And so you and your friends, you come together for this sand building competition. And then I go up, I find 3 homeless dudes, and I'm like, hey, I'll pay you $5 each. God damn it. Let me start over. And I'm gonna keep this in the YouTube video. I'm telling you, man, this is practice, this is rehearsal. You're seeing behind the curtain. This is the history of capitalism versus communism in a nutshell. Let's pretend that me and you are at the beach and we see a sign that says sand castle building competition, $100 to the winner. So you call your friends and you're like, hey, there's a sand castle building competition here at the beach. There's $100 to the winners. Bring a bucket, bring a shovel, bring a spray bottle, and we'll all compete. And if we win, we'll split the prize, and everybody will get $25 each. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. And then I go and I find 3 homeless dudes, and I promise them I'll give you $5 each if you help me win this sandcastle building competition. And so the competition starts. And instead of building a sandcastle, I just send my homeless dudes over there to go knock over yours every time you start to build one up. And then one time I steal your bucket, and another time they steal your shovel. And then right before time expires, I take a little bucket, fill it with sand, flip it over, and put the little umbrella for my drink in the top of it. And because time expired and you don't have the sandcastle, I won. I won the $100. I give $5 to the 3 homeless dudes, and then I pocket $85. Now, do you really think that was a fair way to see who could build the best sandcastle? No, right? And that is the history of communism. Every time communism has tried to spring up, it's been such a threat to capitalism that capitalism does everything in its power to make sure that it fails. I mean, we have couped countries, we've invaded countries, we've assassinated leaders, we've funded and abetted militia groups and rebel groups and like all this stuff. And if communism fails to defend itself from the West, then we're like, oh, communism is weak. But if communism is able to defend itself against capitalism a little too well, then we're like, oh no, hey, they're authoritarian. Guys, they're authoritarian, we gotta stop them. And it's like, well, you kind of gotta be a little authoritarian if you're gonna survive the West and the biggest military that ever existed, So, but yeah, that's basically the history of it. And what's crazy is that capitalism fails all on its own. Nobody's trying to stop capitalism, and yet every 4 to 5 years and every 8 to 10 we experience some sort of economic recession or depression of some sort. And it's like, nobody's getting in our way. It just fails on its own. But anyway, I'm way too deep in my apartment to be yapping still, so I'll catch y'all in the next one.